Good morning. Thank you everyone for attending. Thank you. So, what's like to be a woman in technology in Lebanon? And a very common question I've been asked for the last years is, why did you get into computer science? And why and how? So back then, I had no idea about what is computer science. Actually, we had no computer at our house. So I just have like curiosity, this machine, how it's working. I got into computer science because my brother did before me, and I was very brave in math, and he encouraged me like, you can do it. So I just did it, and I entered into computer science. I still remember I had a conversation with a friend of mine. He asked me, Nisreen, what you are willing to do in the university? And I replied with this smile and this hope, I'm gonna do computer science. And his reaction was, are you crazy? You're going to do computer science? You are willing to spend a lot of hours behind the PC coding, and after a few years, you're gonna have those thick glasses on your face. And then after more than 10 years now, I have no glasses on my face. So many moments to be remembered at that time. I still remember the first time I entered the class, and I found myself the only female in class for over 35 men. Once I entered the class, to be honest, I said, did I make a mistake? Is my friend right? So you can't imagine how's the situation when an only female in class surrounded by 35 men. Actually, it's not like this. They are not fighting for me. I'm just kidding here. The reality is like this, which is trying hardly to raise your voice, trying hardly to ask questions, trying hardly to prove your point in front of around 35 men. I just did it. I was trying like for over 3 years to prove myself in a class which is men-dominated. I still remember the first time I got the highest grade over the class. I still remember the first time I got into discussion or a fight technically with a friend of mine about something in a course or in a project. And I kept doing this for almost 3 years until I graduated with the highest GPA over the faculty and over around 70 men. And the new challenge has just started, which is searching for a new work and starting my career. When you graduate from a university with the highest GPA, you go just into the work field having this big hope, I'm gonna succeed, I will find a job. The situation was not like this. I got rejected from many jobs. The first job I applied for, I got the first grade in the entrance exam. However, they rejected me because simply I'm a woman and I cannot work as a computer scientist because that job requires me to travel. And they assumed that I will get married and raise up children, so in the future I cannot travel and I cannot give enough time for that job. I got rejected for a second job because I'm a woman and the job required a lot of overnights. Actually, they didn't know that in my university I was spending in the lab many overnights. Another challenge, I got rejected for a third job because I have this scarf on my face, and it's in my country, Lebanon. At that time in Lebanon, it was not familiar to have a woman as a computer scientist and having the scarf. Why? Because it's not appropriate for them to spend a lot of time with men and overnights and to travel and those stuff. I kept applying until I found a job in a startup company, and I worked as a software engineer. I had another dream in parallel, which is I want to enter the most prestigious university in Lebanon, which is the American University of Beirut, because I had a belief that it's going to open a lot of opportunities. Back then, it was a very big dream for me, financially, being accepted from another university to pursue master's degree in AUB. I applied, and I got accepted to pursue my master's degree without any prerequisite because of my high GPA. And another stage of my life has just started, which is managing my financial situation, which is working as a software engineer. Then I moved to another company and worked as a senior software developer, working at AUB as a teaching assistant because I had to support myself financially, pursuing my master's degree courses and doing some private tutoring. I was not like this. this is a nice picture for me. But I was handling all of these jobs together. I was running from 7 a.m. till like 12 a.m. I come back home. And then I spend 3 to 4 hours doing some projects, and I sleep for 3 to 4 hours. And then the cycle will continue for over 3 years. Many people back then, when my family, my cousins asked me, why we're not seeing you? Why you're not going out? They said, you're crazy, Nisreen, go get a life. You just had your BS degree with a good GPA, you had a job, so just go get a life. And I was like, this is my life. This is what I want to do. I had through many challenges. It wasn't an easy job at all. It wasn't easy. I had limited sleeping hours. I had to manage my work-life balance. I had to manage my financial issues and no social life, almost no social life. But every time, I tried to make it easier on me. I tried to be confident, even if I wasn't, to be honest. Every single step in my life, I had this fear of failure. You know, the women, they always overthink and overanalyze. I was just doing it without any other consideration. So I made it easier because I was open for new opportunities. I was asking for help. I was asking a lot of questions. And this is maybe the weird point for a woman to raise her voice and to ask a question or to ask for help. I was asking a lot of questions, and I was getting support from every single person around me, and I was supporting the others in parallel. I was taking every single task or a project in my university or in my job as a challenge. I was challenging myself because this is how you motivate yourself. And I succeeded, I hope. Then, in 2013 or in 2012, I received an email from AUB saying that there is a TechWomen program funded by the US Department of State where you go for a month of mentorship entrepreneurship. Honestly, in 2013, I had no idea what is mentorship, what is entrepreneurship. I just read USA, a dream, Silicon Valley, or Google, Facebook, Twitter. This is what I thought about. Empowering women, this is what I want. So I just applied. I succeeded in the first interview, second interview, the third, and then I got accepted. This program is supported by the US Department of State, and it selects every year 5 top tech leaders from MENA region to come to Silicon Valley to have 1 month of internship and mentorship. And then the dream came true. This was in 2013. We had a lot of amazing moments there. We visited the biggest companies' headquarters. Facebook, we had like workshops, empowering women. We had like to do your business plan, which was very new to me. Here, I want to talk about this moment because I still remember it till now. I was just checking Meetup, the application, and I found like there is a hackathon in LinkedIn headquarters. And back then, I had no idea what's hackathon. I was Googling, what is hackathon about? I found that it's a coding competition where you spend 24 hours, non-sleep, non-stop coding, and then you pitch your idea. Everything was new to me. I was just registered. I went. I had no team. I had some ideas, very draft ideas in my mind, but I had my skills. So I went there. We worked for 24 hours, non-sleep. And I pitched my idea at the end. Sure, I didn't win because it was a very basic experience for me, but I consider myself winner. Just participating in such an event, and I'm coming from the Middle East, and participating here, it was a winning experience for me. Here we're visiting Twitter headquarters and also having panels. What is panel? For me, it was very weird. And here raising the Lebanon flag. I insist on this picture not because I'm raising Lebanon flag, because at this moment, when TechWomen program has ended, I got committed and I made a commitment to myself that I want to give back to my community. Like why only Nisreen has been selected to participate in TechWomen. I don't want to see any other female, the only female in class. Why women are being discriminated in my country and in the Arab country. So the chapter of giving back to my community has just started. How? I came back to Lebanon, I know no one, neither in the entrepreneurship, nor in the, I just know my university and my work. I started using Facebook and Google and just searching for organizations that empower women until I found a Facebook page called Arab Women in Computing. I joined this page and I found that they are really doing amazing jobs in the UAE to encourage women. Then I saw a post from the founder. She said that we need volunteers to open chapters in Lebanon. I just found myself saying, I'm ready. Honestly, I had no idea what's the commitment needed, neither time-wise, neither financial-wise, nor like how I can manage. I have my job, I have my thesis, what I should do. I just sent, I'm ready. And then they selected me to be the Lebanon ambassador for Arab women in computing. And we went to Abu Dhabi to start brainstorming about what we are going to do in Lebanon. I came back and we launched the chapter in July 2015. This is making an impact. Target has just started. We've done many events to empower women. We've done TechWomen awareness session to give awareness for the schoolgirls or for the professional women about what are the opportunities outside this cycle, outside Lebanon. And then here, it's called She Develops Hackathon. This is an inspiration from the Develop Her Hackathon I've been into LinkedIn. I just came back here and did the same hackathon I've been attending in LinkedIn. And this was a big success, where we had around 50 first-year university students. They had no idea about coding. They had a very little bit skills, or about planning, or about business plan, or about pitching ideas. We did for them workshops, and we told them, come for 8 hours, you need to code, you need to do a mobile application, and to pitch it. And my shock was here, because they were able to do it, and they won, like top 3 teams, they won a lot of good awards. And we got support from the ecosystem. Here I found like we can do something if we just join efforts. Another initiative, I co-founded an initiative called Girls Got IT. Here in Lebanon, this is very special, I think. It's not famous in all over the world. We're 5 organizations that empower women. They have chosen to join efforts together, regardless of the titles of every person. Let's just sit and make something for Lebanon. We initiated Girls Got IT, or Girls Got It, which is about empowering schoolgirls at an early stage from age 15 to 17 and to introduce them to STEM fields. What is STEM field? What can you do in the future? We have inspired so far 2,000 schoolgirls in Lebanon. We've done 6 events. We went to very rural areas in Lebanon. I can still remember something very emotional about this event, because in one of the events in a very rural area in Lebanon, and after we've done, we were collecting feedbacks. And a schoolgirl, she's 16 years old, she just stand up and she told us, thank you, it's my first time I see laptop live, and I touch it live. This brought tears into my eyes, and I just remembered myself that when I decided to go into computer science, I had no computer at my house, so I borrowed my friend's one. So we know that we are making an impact, and we are still going. Girls Got IT is still ongoing in Lebanon. And here, I'm not done yet. In parallel to my job, I just found that we have something very missing in Lebanon. Like the first time I wrote a code, I was 18 years old when I entered to the university. And now all the world is going into coding, software engineering, everything is managed through mobile apps. So we need to invest in our kids in Lebanon. We need to teach them about the technical skills. We need to teach them programming. We need to teach them that this iPad you're using, as Mr. Obama said, President Obama, that create the app and don't use it. Be a creator and don't be a user. So I've won a funding from the US Embassy of Beirut and the US Department of State, which is about, my project was teaching school kids from age 8 to 10 the basic of programming. And we went to very rural areas as well in Lebanon. We have dealt with many schools, and we were able to teach 500 school students the basics of programming. This is a very fine picture, you know. The important one is here, because this schoolgirl, she's 8 years old. She stands on stage, and she's like doing like this, you know. She's very like, what is teaching? What's the pitching, actually? How I'm going to pitch my idea? She's done this project, which is a game, and she wrote 70 lines of code, which is a game where the car will stop at the red light and the green light and so on. She was very afraid here, and all the stage encouraged her, like, continue, just tell what you want, tell us your work. So it was very inspiring here. And then after, you know, when the ecosystem, when you make an impact, you start talking like, Nisreen, we want you please talk about education. We want you to inspire others. And I was all the time ready to do it. I had a full-time job. And I didn't fear any, like, how I can manage my time, my holidays at work. I'm paying from my pocket money. I need to leave. I need to go attend here and come back here. And I was just doing it. Because if we don't do it, who's going to support us? Or who's going to support other women? Here I won the Top Software Developer Award in Women in STEM conference in Dubai. Those awards are more like, maybe technically it doesn't like help you, while it helps you in your path. It helps you, it motivates you to continue what you're doing actually. And here another panel talking about cloud computing and women entrepreneurs. These are two panels because I kept going into my IT career, which is I love the most, but I kept also talking about inspiring women and this stuff. Another award, which is Grace Hopper Celebration, GHC conference. This conference gathers more than 15,000 women from all around the world for workshops, for talks, for panels, and I got awarded to participate in Houston in November 2016. To be honest, the first time I entered this stage and I found, oh my God, all of these are women coming from I don't know where, what they're doing. All of us were there to inspire each other only and to motivate each other. This was an amazing conference. Also here, I got invited through many universities in Lebanon to share my journey. Trust me, every time I got invited, I was like, I'm going to that area in Lebanon. I have to drive there, or I have to take off from my project I'm already doing at work. I was just like doing it. I found myself saying yes without thinking even if I'm able to do it or not. And here another panel about the importance of women entrepreneurs or the existence of women in Lebanon or in every single workspace, how much they are important and they can make an impact. Then, from the experience of GHC, we thought about, okay, with all the world went to Houston to support the women, why not to do something in the Arabic countries? And to bring all of these people from Google, from Facebook, from IBM, and let them do something in Lebanon, in the Middle East. And we were succeeded in this, where we've done the Arab Women in Computing 5th International Conference that gathered people from IBM, from Google, from Facebook, from the biggest companies. They came to Lebanon, and they did workshops. They did hackathon at the end of the conference. We brought Syrian refugees to the hackathon on the third day, and we taught them about how to do mobile apps, and they were amazing. This is a new experience. I never been a judge anywhere. I just know myself that I'm a system analyst now. So I can just decide technically if the solution is the good one for my work or not. This is what I can do right now. Suddenly, I got invited to be a judge in the Halt Prize competition, which happened internationally and all over the world, and it happened in Lebanon as well. I shared this picture because this is in my university where I got my BS degree and where I was the only female in class. Then, after 10 years, they invited me to come and speak and be a judge in the Halt Prize competition. This was a moment of pride to me because I just compared myself the first time I entered the class and found myself the only female, and this time I entered to the same university and trying to help students and give them back from my experience as an IT professional. Here another Halt Prize competition, another university. Here we are trying to bring like young entrepreneurs to encourage students like your path is not just like you go to the university, you graduate, you need to find a job. You can create, you can be an entrepreneur, you can invest in Lebanon, you can just pitch your idea here and there and there and there. So here we're bringing like young entrepreneurs to tell us about their stories. The last but not least was last July in Washington, D.C., where there is another program funded by the U.S. Department of State. It's called Tech Girls. This program is just like TechWomen, but TechWomen was for IT professionals. Tech Girls is to encourage schoolgirls from the MENA region from age 15 to 17. They select like 4 to 5 schoolgirls from every country in the MENA region and take them to Silicon Valley to be in a university, to learn workshops, coding, and to learn what IT can bring to them. We got invited to speak in front of tech girls just to let them see, if you go into the STEAM fields at the age of 17, you will end up like us in the age of 30. And it was amazing as well. After all of this, all what I can say, that I'm proud to be a woman in tech, honestly. This is my office, by the way, and I love it because I share every single award or every single certificate I get. So my message is, we can make an impact if we start from ourselves. I always say it in all my events to the women. We overthink, we overanalyze, we are shy. Just don't be shy and be confident of every single step you're gonna take. If you fail, this is an experience. Actually, you don't fail, but you don't win. It's an experience in all cases. And a special quote I take it with me all over the world, which is for Madeleine Albright: there is a special place in the hell for women who don't help other women. Yes, because I owe my success and my failure to every single person was in my path. Even he encouraged me, or she encouraged me, or they discouraged me. So just do it. Thank you.